Welcome to the Loading Podcast. Today with us is Lucky and Trock. Let me just go ahead and full screen this. How are you guys doing today?
Tired.
Gonna be a lot better soon.
All right. So, before the show, we were actually talking about audio checks. And so I don't know why he didn't start because he said he was going to, but go ahead, Lucky. The floor is yours. Or are you drinking?
Sorry, drinking.
All right. Well,
professional.
So very professional.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to read the erotica again?
No. If somebody asks you to do a mic check, what you should do instead of just going, "Hello, my name is FUBAR," and go off and talk, you find yourself some really terribly written erotica, and you just start reading that.
Okay, where?
Yeah.
Because poor Trock was eating, and it was really bad.
I was eating.
Am I allowed to read the podcast, or will we get shut down?
Who fucking cares?
Okay.
Oh my
She
god.
slowly tickled his peenie, and because of that, she was so smart. Combined with the words in her head, like an expression explorer of old. Slicked, she thought. I'm slicked his peenie. This is terrible English, by the way. No matter how brilliant her wordplay, the result was the same. Gary's peenie was now erect. It felt like a quality bar of peenie-scented soap in her hands. Whoa, Melinda, that's good stuff right there. You're making me forget about my problems too, right? Gary, me need sex inside now, please. Damn. I wish there was a better way to say that. That's actually in there. That's not me adding a little sentence there.
What about
outstanding stuff right there, Melina. Jesus Christ.
All right. So, what have you guys been playing?
I've been playing lots of Magic: The Gathering.
Tell us more about that,
Next
Trock.
page.
What is that actually about? I've never played it.
It's a card game.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh?
It is a children's card
Like
game.
Yu-Gi-Oh, but better.
Well, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh before there was a Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, so I've been streaming it. I've streamed one episode thus far. I want to do many more episodes. And today I was playing a really grindy match, and that was an hour ago. It lasted about 45 minutes, that match. Usually matches last about 10 minutes.
So are you like on school vacation or something, or what's going on with
Yep.
that? Yep. Because I mean, you just said you're like doing that. You were playing an hour ago, and it's like 3 o'clock right now. There.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Spring break.
just like okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I miss playing card games. I haven't played them in ages. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh quite a bit when.
I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
But no, Magic: The Gathering was. I don't think there was really a card game
93.
before that, but that's basically the game that
Pokemon?
made. No, actually.
No. Magic: The Gathering came out in 1993.
I was going to say 92, but yes, essentially.
Well, debatably. It's very debatable, because
oddly enough, that you brought up Pokemon. Pokemon used to actually be owned for their TCG by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't they still own the patent for card games?
Wizards of the Coast? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I'm pretty sure every card game has to pay them, because I'm pretty sure they own like the patent on card and trade.
It wouldn't surprise me. Wizards of the
pretty
Coast is like the king company of all nerds. It owns Dungeons and Dragons and Magic: The Gathering.
Yeah.
Like
you got basically the whole market right there, except for the White Wolf folks.
See,
but
I always ticked people off when playing Yu-Gi-Oh, because I made this one deck that really pissed people off. Because FUBAR, do you know how Yu-Gi-Oh works, like the game?
No, I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay. Basically, you have 8,000 life points. They have 8,000 life points, or varying depending on what kind of game you want. And you put a monster on the field, and if you can attack them directly, then you minus their basic maths.
Yeah.
Basically,
I've seen
I
the
made
show. I don't know how close it shows the actual game.
I made a deck that revolved around remove from play, which is like removing the actual card from the game. And there's this one card called Soul Absorption, which every time a card's removed, you gain 500 life points. And I played it with a few other cards like Macrocosmos, which is any card that's like discarded gets removed from play, and I had tons of cards that made people discard cards.
Yeah,
So
they did an episode about that, I thought.
Yeah, no, I entered competitions, and what happened was my entire deck was based on I had no monsters to attack with, but it was a case of I would raise my life points so high that they'd run out of cards before I'd even get near 0. And I think like one of the games which was really high up, I think I came like 2nd place, and it was like one of the semi-finals. I had something like 100,000 like ish, and you just looked at me. I was just like, you could have like your most powerful cards out, and you still couldn't beat me before you deck out. And he got really pissed off and just stormed off.
Yeah, well, I could talk for days upon days about why Magic the Gathering is better than Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh snap!
I could.
But does it have a character with a green jacket and a Brooklyn accent? Or Boston, sorry.
Actually,
no,
Brooklyn.
but
You were
it
right
does
the first
have.
time.
No, but it does have a character in a blue jacket that can speak to people in their minds in whatever accent he wants.
But does it have Brooklyn Rage?
Can you mix them? Can he be both Australian and Canadian?
I believe that he can.
So he calls you a bastard, and it sounds like he's apologizing at the same time.
Uh,
He wants to.
well, Cam G asks, do you have any Blue Eyes variants?
Yeah,
I presume he's speaking about the dragon.
Yeah, with green eyes, pink eyes. It just depends on your genes, really.
Okay.
On that note, I'm going.
So
Bye.
now that you've talked about Yu-Gi-Oh, Lucky, what have you been playing lately?
Well, I got the other day I got Dishonored 2 and the Mass Effect trilogy for my B-Day. So it's a case of I can finally play them. So I've been playing through Mass Effect 1 again. Really annoyed that the highest graphics setting was just like, I think it's like 1280 by 800. So it's just like, that's an annoying ratio.
Well,
And
but I mean, when was Mass Effect 1 released? I think that was like 8 years ago.
Let's have a look. Mass Effect 1 was released in... Please click Wikipedia article to find out more. Okay.
Holy shit.
It was released in... Drum roll, please, in your minds. 2007.
Oh, I was close.
About
But
10 years ago.
the graphics still look shit for 2007.
Well, they were impressive at the time.
No, there are games. There are games from before 2007 that look good or look better than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Red Dead Redemption came out in 2004, and that looked awesome.
Maybe I don't know. I don't recall Mass Effect 1 ever looking terrible.
I mean, I got it on maxed out specs, and it looks shite. But yeah, no, it's kind of like I'm looking through nostalgia goggles. So I'm kind of enjoying it anyway.
Gaggles.
Gaggles of goggles.
Hello, Dave.
You gotta wear those goggles.
Holy shit, is that Dave? Dave is joining
It
us.
is.
alive!
Holy
You've
shit,
missed-
it's Dave.
Holy shit.
He missed
You've
the
missed
erotic
the
reading.
Damn
Yeah.
it. Wait, let me get it back.
Don't, Lucky.
Wait.
Lucky.
Well, now I have to
Wait.
change the description. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
How you been, Dave? What have you been playing? How is
Don't
life?
you dare.
Mostly working, fixing my truck, and playing The Division. That's it.
Gary
So I
was
did
crouched over the top and pooping all over
Oh my
her
God.
unbelievably average body. Gary, it's so stinky. I can't see anything.
That's so Lucky has been playing Mass Effect 1 and realizing that the graphics in 2007 aren't great, and you've been playing The Division.
Is that dead? I thought Division was dead.
We already did that.
Yeah. Since you
No!
think I've taken up your legacy.
Mine. Why is it? No, don't take mine.
But you were in here. You're not even in the room yet.
That's all I'm good for is the water trick. Leave me alone.
Technically, I've done it more than you, Dave, so it's mine.
Oh, whoa. So,
Dave, are you not in the... Can they hear you, people in the podcast? Can they hear?
yeah.
Oh, I'm
'cause,
not,
I
I'm
mean,
not
they
in the
don't.
hangout.
Well, you're not in the Google Hangout, but you are on Discord, and everything is
the
piped
voice.
through my computer. Through the
Okay,
desktop
thank God.
audio,
Otherwise,
so.
it'd just be a case of everyone going, "Oh, hi," and then me randomly
Hi.
reading erotica.
Yeah.
Again. About
Isn't
somebody
that the
breaking
beginning
on
of this
somebody else's
podcast?
Oh man. So yeah, so the Division, Dave, there's still people there?
They
Yeah,
died.
I prefer the Division over Wildlands, to be honest.
Really?
See, I've looked at the Division, and all of the reviews were saying it lacks content, like in the sense of you spend a lot of time walking around with nothing happening.
No, I wouldn't say it lacks content. It's just too easy to get to the end of the game.
Oh,
And then once you're at the end of the game, there's
stuff to do after you finish the max level.
have
what's
some
the,
bad
what's
news.
the next level?
Well,
Before
you
the
get
podcast,
to-
I said that I may have to leave at any time. Welp.
that's enough. Bye.
That's an exit. You get to level 30, and then you start doing a thing called gear score, which goes up to 253, and you get that by getting gear that's beyond level 30. It's
No,
it's
I
not well
understand.
executed, but I think it's better than Wildlands.
Have you
I
played
like the whole
Wildlands?
post-apocalyptic kind of thing for a little bit.
Do you have Wildlands?
No, I do not.
Because I gotta tell you, Wildlands is pretty fun once you actually really get into it.
It wasn't bad, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because I live in New York and I like the whole apocalyptic idea of New York City going to shit because I hate that place. But
Oh yeah,
you
that
know.
place is horrible.
It might be coming to New York soon. So,
Guess I will not be in New York that time.
No, I've been offered work, and it was a case of it might be fun. Only for like
How
2
is
months.
the
so.
video going out? Game sound series going? Oh, okay.
For those
was
of
trying to
you watching
understand,
and
like,
can't see the text box, Cam G asks, "How is the video without game sound series going?" Look, that's okay. That it makes sense when you read it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah, about that. Are you doing that, Lucky?
he is
I am.
doing Dark Souls.
I've recorded the footage. I've edited it. I am just in the process of recording sounds. For those watching who have no idea what we're talking about, I thought it'd be funny to start a series where I would record about 4 hours worth of gameplay, pick the best moments, remove all sound in it, and every tiny bit of sound in it, so like footsteps, weapons, everything, I would make the sounds myself. And it's going really well.
Well, I look forward to seeing it.
I just love the crows. I've been playing Dark Souls and the crows, and all of is. I've just been doing the
Crow Revolution.
Crow Revolution, just so like they're like
See,
so
in
when
my
there's like
opinion-
7 of them layered on top of each other, it's fucking
You
brilliant.
win the internet if you can make it funnier than the part in Dark Souls where the guy's going down the ladder.
Have you seen the rolling ball
No.
video that's going around? Like a boulder, like Indiana Jones comes down, knocks a guy off a ledge. He falls onto a staircase below. The boulder comes around the corner, hits him, then, and he goes down 3 separate times.
Okay.
It's just like, ooh. But yeah, no, it's going really well. I've recorded Dark Souls and I need to do that. I'm just trying to think of what other games in the series I could do. I kind of want to do like a Call of Duty one and have like the like
Pew, pew,
if
pew.
if anyone in game talks like XX420, your mum blaze it username comes on, I can like do in-game voices as well. Which sounds rather interesting. But just have like the Mom, I'm on Xbox. I need more Pop Tarts.
We're all just
Bring me
his
more
voice is
Monster,
just
I'm
really
thirsty.
deep.
Mom, I don't want to go preschool today.
That would be pretty funny. So I've been playing quite a bit, actually. I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda. I dropped the series for doing that, for doing a Let's Play, because I just find that doing it as a series is really boring, and it was starting to really
Especially
hamper-
Mass Effect.
It's too long. It's too
There's
long,
so
and
much
there's
reading.
there's a lot of reading, there's a lot of dialogue, and if I was just recording just the audio, that's fine and whatnot, but I'd have to do that for 36 hours.
Damn.
I'm not interested in Andromeda.
And it's
My
not a
interest in
zombie
Mass
game,
Effect
though.
died out during the second game.
I'm sorry,
It's not a
Dave.
zombie game.
My interest in Mass Effect died out during like halfway through the second game.
Well, the good news is that Andromeda is pretty good, and it has basically the only thing it has to do with Mass Effect is that it's in the same kind of universe.
Well, actually, no. Is it? No,
It's
yeah,
the same universe,
but
different galaxy.
Yeah,
It's in a galaxy far, far away.
the Andromeda Galaxy, to be precise.
I'm good. I'll save my $60 for something else.
The multiplayer is also really fun. So if it ever goes on sale, pick it up. The multiplayer's
That
and
means you
multiplayer
That'll last for like 4 or 5 months.
yeah.
pretty much.
But I
Games
mean,
like
there's
that,
pretty much
multiplayer doesn't last
multiplayer
long.
for anything anymore. I mean,
Just
For
like
Honor-
Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's multiplayer was good, but it didn't last long.
well,
Tomb Raider had a multiplayer.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
had a
See?
multiplayer? That's surprising. But you know what's really surprising about Tomb Raider? They're doing another reboot.
What? Why?
I don't
been
know.
It's been like 3 years.
I know they're doing a reboot of a reboot of a reboot in the last
You know what?
5 years,
I'm
7 years.
sensing
There's
it.
been
I
4
can see it coming.
reboots.
FUBAR, I can see it coming. It's going to turn out. First Call of Duty did it. Then Assassin's Creed caught on. Now Tomb Raider's going to do it. Every year, soon it's going to be every year they drop a new game, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and less quality. And then we're going to look back and go, I missed the day of the polygon tits.
Oh
know.
god, I'm locking what's his name in the freezer.
Running from the Tyrannosaurus Rex that's there for some reason.
Oh, what's the no? Actually, no. Assassin's Creed, I don't think are getting worse.
I thought they did.
No, for me, it dipped. It
The
was like
second and third one.
Oh,
It's
you
like
know what just came out on Steam though, Dave?
Fallout
What?
Shelter.
That isn't co-op and it makes me mad. Turok 2, rather.
Hmm.
Yeah, and this kind of ties into the second part of the second question we have of the day. Is what's out now that you are interested in or upcoming, and I'm really hoping that we get Rage Wars. Turok Rage Wars. That was
Oh, I remember that.
yeah, it was for the Nintendo 64, and it was basically a bunch of the Turok characters and their attempt to do Unreal Tournament.
Did you ever play the Xbox Turok game, the terrible one?
Which one?
No, I've seen
The one
videos
that-
of it
The
though.
one that was just called Turok.
Oh no, I didn't.
And you basically
they
you play
did
as a
release it
Gears of
on-
War soldier, and
They
you crash.
They released it on PC too, I thought, and I know that it didn't do well.
It's a fucking terrible game. Sorry, it's just.
No,
It's a bad
I'm
game.
also paying attention to the chat. Hello, Ethan. And yeah, we're avoiding spiders in this podcast for today. We're giving Lucky a
Spiders are
break.
off limit.
Um,
Off limit. Banned. They're all that
they don't
weird
exist.
legs.
What are we talking about?
Anal.
So yes, Turok 2. we already did this bit, Dave.
Oh, I went down the wrong hole. No, not that. No.
That's what she said. I have successfully killed Lucky.
No, don't have that in the obituary. Killed by anal.
Killed by anal. So yeah, I'm looking. I want to play it, but it's just
Well,
I have too much other shit to play right now. So it's kind of what do I do?
The only thing on my list of, like, I guess what's coming out that I want, but it's just recently came out is Escape from Tarkov.
Well, I've not heard of that. What is it?
It's pretty much DayZ, but done the right fucking way without zombies.
Like H1Z1
Oh.
then?
Or
God.
that other game that shit, it's in early access.
Oh,
yeah, the
I know
Battlefield
what
thing.
you're talking
the,
I know what
the,
you're talking
the,
about.
the playground one.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, the one where you go in pairs.
I saw somebody streaming it the other day. I know what you're talking about.
I got given a key for it. What's it called?
Honestly, I'm tired of those like King of the Hill shit games. They've overdone it already.
Yeah.
See, I had H1Z1, and I don't really like playing the King of the Hill one. I prefer playing like the survival zombie one.
That's what I would prefer too. I'm tired of the King of Hill shit.
Have you
yeah,
you guys played
everyone-
The Forest?
Yeah, I've got it, but
I
it seems more of a co-op thing. So I've been waiting for someone else to
Well,
install it.
that's why I was, bringing it up. So maybe sometime when Dave works normal people hours, I guess.
Dude, it's like there's benefits of working nights and, like there's a lot of bad things about working nights.
Well, I used to work nights and I miss it terribly because
The mole people.
It really is, because when you work nights, things are very different when you're working, particularly overnights, because you basically shift your entire schedule to be the opposite of everybody else, which is great because you don't have to deal with, other people. You have no lines in grocery stores, you have no lines at banks, there's barely any traffic because you're leaving at 9 at night and you're getting home at 8 in the morning. So
The only problem are deer.
The only problem are deer, and even then, I mean, it's 8 in the morning. You're going the opposite direction than everybody else, so...
I prefer working early morning.
Why did you just sound like you were from the Beatles when you said that?
He was going full Ringo.
I prefer working in the morning.
You sounded exactly like that when you said it.
I walk down and just like,
But what I don't like is
the
working
sun's
nights
coming
is
up.
when I have a day off.
Well,
And then when I'm awake on my day off, nothing's fucking open except for Walmart, and I don't want to go to Walmart.
See,
Well-
at the moment, I'm working, 13, 14 hour days? I get up at 4:30 in the morning, go to a 6 a.m. shift that ends at 10, and then I go straight from that job to the advertising job, which normally ends at about 7.
But
But
anyways,
I prefer it.
the only real way that I found that the overnight really worked was when it was a 4-day week schedule.
Yeah.
Because that gives you...
You got a few days to
You
recover.
got a day to basically sleep it off, get yourself resituated, and then off on your merry way you go. But
The hardest part was starting off for the first week, because the first week of work, I ended up showing to work on a day that I wasn't supposed to be there because I wasn't used to the work schedule.
Well, that is a downside, is you kind of forget what day it is, because you're always constantly switching from days. So you start on a Wednesday and you end on a Thursday, but then you also start on a Thursday. So it gets a little weird.
On the bright side, they didn't complain about it. They let me work that day and the next day, and they still paid me.
I know, that's the best part about overnights, is buku overtime.
I remember when I first started the 4:30 start ones, I showed up to the ad agency, and I think by 2 o'clock I was asleep in the chair, just arms spread, like leaning backwards. And the thing is, I thought oh shit, they probably woke me up and were really disappointed. No, it turns out my creative director, which is the head honcho of the agency branch, videoed me, posted it on the ad agency's YouTube page.
Just you sleeping in the chair?
Yeah, just me snoring in the chair. And then Mike, the person who sits opposite me, lobbing jelly beans on the face. I was just cheers, guys.
Oh man! Speaking of jelly beans, I don't think that they make them, but do they make terrible flavored, on purpose,
Yes.
jelly beans?
Hmm.
Have you ever heard of the Harry Potter jelly beans, whatever they are?
Yeah. You have them, and it's normally they're two. There are two separate flavors.
Yeah, one's the good jelly beans, one's the bad. It's like earwax, booger, grass, dirt.
Yeah, it's they'll look the same.
Fecal
So, for
matter,
example,
urine, trout.
the apple flavor also has one I remember, which is grass.
Huh.
So there's a chance of you're either going to have apple or you're either going to have grass, or you might have earwax, or you might have
Bean
friggin'
Boozled, that
popcorn.
was it.
Huh.
Bean Boozled.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking of it today, but I know why. Because so my dad is right now. Tomorrow he leaves to go to Phoenix to do events in that area for the company. And one of the things he does is you buy a box of cigars and you get a ticket to draw a prize. And some of the prizes are really nice, like bottles of scotch,
Copy of Doofy Love.
Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's books, or it's something really terrible like edible insects, or
I tried them.
or
I had hot and
almost
spicy
expired fish sauce. So basically whatever you can kind of find.
I liked them. They were nice.
But no, there was what he has this time is he has something called Devil's Toe.
Sounds kinky.
And what it is it's basically a chili pepper lollipop. Yeah, that gets hotter as you
Nugget
go.
chili vodka,
So if you're
lollipop.
I'm sorry?
Have you ever had Naga chili vodka?
No. But it sounds terrible.
It's free. I think it's 400 skulls or whatever the unit is. So it's really, really, really powerful. And you can get it in a vodka form. And we had a party where it was we had tons of different flavored vodkas. And I think it was out of the 40, 10 of them were the Naga chili ones. And it was kind of like Russian roulette.
Yeah, and that's why I thought of the jelly beans, because you could do that. You draw a ticket, you pick a jelly bean. If it's a good jelly bean, you're okay, you're safe. If it's a bad one, well, best of luck.
Why does it taste bad? Because it's been up my ass.
Exactly.
Tastes of earwax and shit.
So yeah, that's way off topic from what we were talking about. So Dave,
Yeah.
what are you were looking forward to that game, Lucky? What are you looking forward to?
Anal.
I was having a drink. Game from, like this year or just to play?
Just,
in
you know, that's either just came out or is upcoming.
Upcoming. There is no footage for it yet, but the date has been released on the 15th of April. The Star Wars Battlefront 2. They're releasing the debut trailer soon, and I really can't wait for that game.
There better be a fucking galactic conquest.
They're planning on it and a story mode too.
I think you just
Now,
made
the question
Dave's day.
is it going to be included right off launch, or are they going to wait a month and then release it with DLC? That's what EA does.
That
not-
is what EA does.
But you don't have to buy just the individual DLCs when you can buy a season pass for a cheap price of $64.99.
I shouldn't have to buy any of these already
$64.99.
included in the
Holy
game.
shit!
I tried to convert it to dollars. I don't know what £39.99 is in dollars. I'm not
That's
a
roughly about
mathematician.
$50. It's just you're not
that's
too far
close.
off. You were close.
Plus tax.
Weirdos use weight for their currency. So weird.
Did you just call him a Guido?
I said what? I said they use weight for their currency. What weirdos?
See,
Okay,
that's
I heard.
the weird. That's the weird thing. You're making fun of the fact that it's called a pound sterling, but not the fact that us Brits call them quid.
That is kind of weird. It sounds like a bird.
Yeah,
No.
where does that come from?
See, I don't know because I was looking it up because it was like in America you call it a buck, and I was like, okay, why do you call it that? And it was like, oh, it was originally printed on deer hide, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And it was
I
like,
didn't even know that.
and it was like a pound coin, and we call them like, do you have a quid? And it was like, okay, does that have origin? Nope.
This is
So
just
just
what
like-
they call it. Is it rhymes with squid, and the squid costs $1 because that's how the language
best-
works.
The best reasoning I found for it was one comment just basically said, oh, I bet they just got it off some fucking Scotsman and he couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. I was just like, okay, that could be true. That's probably true.
Uh,
I should know. I've spoken to enough of them. I went to Glasgow, and I was like, I've been to Scotland before, and it was like, I like the Scottish accent, and I could understand all of them fully. I went to like middle of Glasgow, and it's just like, what the fuck are you saying?
was that even English?
Oh, the kind of Glasgow tells away, and it's like, what?
Slow
The
down.
Scottish accent's cool, but I think it's sexier when a woman has a Scottish accent.
Oh god,
Oh yeah. Same with Russian.
Scottish and Australian accents, hottest.
Pretty much any woman from like northwestern
Any-
Europe.
Any woman, their accent. You know.
Any woman with
Any
boobies.
woman.
If you have boobies, I think you're pretty.
Can you stop talking while I'm drinking?
Well, we'll finish up. We'll wait.
Weird, that's what she said. But okay, continue. Finish up, we'll wait. Is the video called hilarious / employee thought he had been sleeping for 2 days in office? No. No, it isn't. You'd know if it was me because I'd be the ginger guy who woke up and smacked his head.
I have a Ghost Pepper and Carolina Reaper. You know, I've been tempted to buy one of those offline, the Carolina Reaper, and eat it.
I will give you 10 British pounds sterling if you go pepper up.
Yeah, but
Take this
didn't you have
you
a hard
have-
time with those jalapenos?
That was different though. I don't know because I had the jalapeno habaneros, which are hotter,
Yes.
and the habanero I ate the full pepper and was fine. The jalapeno, I think it was just because it was so ripe and juicy that it was all concentrated.
Hmm.
The Carolina Reapers, they show up dry, and they're supposed to be the hottest pepper, and I like hot food.
Hot
so
food! I have a story about this. Yay!
Does
I
it
got-
involve an erotic fan fiction?
No, sadly.
He rubs the pepper on his skin.
And she's like, "Is it hot now?"
What's in my pee hole?
No, basically, oh, do you guys have Nando's over there? I swear it's starting to make its way over there.
Nando's?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know what it is.
Ah, cheeky Nando's. Oh, mate, you're missing out. Okay.
I think there's one in New
real British.
There's one in New
Sorry.
York City.
In the UK, we have a restaurant that's pretty much just a chicken restaurant, but the sauces are awesome. And
Okay.
it's called Nando's, and it's just insanely popular over here. And it's become like one of the restaurants Britain's known for some fucking reason. And about a week and a half, maybe 2-ish weeks ago, I was there on a date, and basically we were sitting, and about half an hour in, there was a large bang, and we're like, okay. We look to our right, there's a car. Turns out a car had smashed through the wall, and they came over and they were just like, "Are you okay?" We're like, "Yeah, gonna need some new food. It's a bit glassy." And their way of apologizing was they gave each of us like one of each sauce they did, ranging from really mild to what's labeled with a black label and a chicken with a skull head, extra hot. And I put the size of like half of a fingernail on my tongue, and it hurt like a bitch. It's just like lava shits the next day. It was horrible. But one thing, it did clear my cold. So
Well, there you go.
that's why I'm keeping it in the house, because it's in case I've got a really bad
That
cold.
doesn't happen to me. I could eat as much hot sauce. I'm fine. I have a drop of milk and I will shit fire.
What about that death sauce, Dave? Have you ever had that?
No.
Is that when you have it with milk or just milk on its own?
No, just milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so I have like a drop of milk and I will shit. My ass will turn into Krakatoa.
Oh God!
Good to
More
know.
shit. Come on, guys. Let's keep it
Dave
classy.
doesn't like milk approach with cow puppet. Lol. Okay.
What?
But yeah, no, I don't see why people use really hot sauce. Like, I normally go for like the mild shit, because it's like if you have really hot sauce, that kind of ruins whatever you're putting it on, I think.
It depends. I mean, there is an upper limit to how much hot sauce you can really put on something till something really becomes unedible and you can't enjoy it.
If it doesn't turn out from that scene from Indiana Jones where the guy's face melts off, then it's not hot sauce.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
that's a bit extreme,
hot.
Dave.
So you're saying the only way it's good hot sauce is if it's like, what is it? If it's equal or more than the Ark.
Yep.
If it's not a holy relic, it's not hot sauce.
I come from a southern family. Do nothing but hot sauce on everything.
No, I get it. I mean, I love
And
hot sauce. But I mean,
Motherfuckers out there who have sriracha and you think sriracha is the best thing in the world, you're a pussy. A
Yeah.
big, fat
I feel
pussy.
like when you were a baby, they like the end of a bottle on a bottle of hot sauce and just gave it you. There you go, baby Dave, drink up. I don't know why you're southern, but fuck it. We're from New York.
New York City.
That's where all those suited people live. They ain't going
No.
to church. What they doing?
No, that's coming from. I don't even know if they still do commercials, but Pace Salsa, not Pace. Or is it Pace?
Ooh, Ethan, wherever you live, I want to be there. Not
Where
because
I
of you,
am.
but for the hot sauce.
We have a festival once a year that is a hot sauce and pepper eating contest. I go around tasting all the hot sauces.
Yeah, we don't.
Well,
we
you're
don't have
brave-
that
you're-
up north. They're very.
You're a
bland
braver
here.
man than I.
You
We
know
don't
what?
have that in the UK. We're all pussies.
Random thought. They have these festivals where you can go around and taste stuff. Do they also do that at like porn conventions or something? We can go
Gross.
That's how
taste
it's
stuff?
eating.
Just go around and sample.
Back to the Oscar. Back to the
No, even the chili up here is weak, and that's really sad.
No,
Chili's
you
not a
gotta
big
feel
thing
that.
over here. We don't really have places that sell chili.
Well, no, like chili festivals, like these people just get together, or restaurants they make chili, and then
No, as in like restaurants here, there aren't really many that would sell
Beans
chili.
or no beans?
yes,
Ah.
it depends. I mean, I think the best one that there was one of the Asian restaurants made a chili that was actually pretty interesting, mostly because it was different. But I mean,
Probably made out of cat.
maybe. But no, they usually end up like kind of watery and vinegary, and it's just nah.
Hmm. No, I make real southern
Oh yeah,
chili.
chili that
Recipe.
might actually kill a person. It's like a
Yes.
brick coming out, brick going in, brick coming out.
I broke the toilet.
Pretty much.
I don't know why my impression of Dave and his family are just southern.
Well, because you know, he
Nobody
mentioned.
speaks in a southern accent in my family.
How y'all doing? Hey, y'all.
Which is really kind of funny because you like the cold, Dave, and a lot of the Southerners that I know, a lot of them really don't.
See, I like the cold, but also with heat, I can be fine in heat. That doesn't sound right. I'm not.
Oh, I love the cold. I just,
Oh yeah,
I prefer, because it's like with the cold, it's like, oh, if you're too cold, you can put layers on. You can only take so much off before it becomes publicly indecent. You know, like when it's too hot. I prefer being able to just add stuff on.
See, deep down inside, I am a Floridian, and I can deal with the nasty, nasty, humid heat. But
Oh.
at the same time, I like
that
the
heat is
cold
the
air.
worst. I can't deal with that.
Oh, it is.
and
It's
I can't
horrible.
deal with that shit anymore.
Especially going to Disney, right in the middle of the hottest
Oh, in
point.
Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Orlando's awful, man. I mean, Miami humidity. Orlando's awful for different reasons. But Miami.
It's higher up in. I don't know. What
Okay,
America's-
Orlando.
There's no such thing as higher up in Florida.
No.
No.
Okay, so in
No,
Florida,
I mean, like from the equator to us. I don't know how low the UK is in comparison to
Yeah,
America.
it's lower.
it is much
Yeah.
lower. But Florida would be America's Wang.
I
Right, I need
never
to-
thought of it.
Let's
It
have a look
is.
let's have a look at America's map. Let's see if I can spot the wang.
If America was a person,
dog.
if North America was a country, Florida would be the dick.
Okay, let's have a look.
And it kind of is.
the far right tippy bit.
Orlando is in the middle of the swamp, which is in kind of central Florida.
Wouldn't that make it
Miami
yes then, 'cause
is
it'd have
south.
swamp ass?
Interestingly, though,
Oh,
I
it
would
is where it's
say.
pointing.
I'm sorry.
Miami's on the tip.
Yeah, Miami's the tip.
You know
Which
what
kind of
Bahamas
also explains a lot.
No, not the Bahamas. Key West is the pre-cum.
It's
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
just dribbling out.
pretty much. And then all of the Caribbean. Yep,
It's a bukkake.
it's a bukkake.
I wonder Mexico's pissed off.
Well, Mexico.
It's
would
on
be-
the ass.
It is the ass.
No! I got this. Texas is the ass, but Mexico's a turd hanging out that won't let go.
Well, no, because I mean, then South America would be the legs.
It looks like Baja
So
California.
Mexico is the ass. Or
They're all the
California.
ball sack.
Either or. I mean, they're not terribly different.
Mexico's the sack. And then it goes quiet.
Yes.
I'm trying to imagine Mexico as a nutsack.
It's in the wrong place.
It smells like a nasty nutsack in Mexico.
Ew.
But
Okay, now you're getting
anyways.
into the racist borderline.
So the thing about Orlando is it stinks there. You're brown.
Why?
Well, because
What's causing the smell? Is it the old people?
not
Yeah.
just old people, but children. Because do you know what's in Orlando? Disney World.
Disney.
I
Mom,
love
look, it's
Disney.
Mickey
I don't care what
Mouse.
anybody says. Disney, you cannot be angry when you're in Disney. You could have somebody walk up to you and go, by the way, half your family was just killed in a plane crash. I'm happy! Mickey
It's the
Mouse!
happiest place on earth, and it will cost you an arm and a leg. $5
Mickey-
water bottles, and you will be buying those waters because it's hot as balls outside.
Mickey says I'm his favorite because I have
That's
a weak
why you
gag
get
reflex.
the meal plan. You get the meal plan. You don't have to buy that stupid, outrageous water.
Really?
Water.
The water.
Because the only Disney I've been to is Disneyland over in
Disney what?
Land,
Ah.
over in Cali.
I've never been to one.
It was alright.
I'm kind of creeped out by mascots, so it's kind of I just don't bother.
Mascots and spiders. Okay.
I
Making
no,
a note.
it's not the fact that they're like it's more the people inside. It's like the same thing that I'm annoyed with people in shops where it's like you're forced to be happy and cheerful when I know deep down you're not. And
Yeah,
it's
see,
it
I
really
can't
annoys me.
work
Like when I
a day job like that in a store because I cannot
Yeah.
be fake and happy all day.
No, because it's like they go around saying like, "Oh, look at me! I'm pretending I'm Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse," and I said, "No, you're not. You're Dave from Wisconsin, and you're fucking miserable inside that fucking thing."
Dave from Wisconsin. Damn, you got a backstory for the guy and everything.
He wanted to be an actor. Look at him.
Look at him. You were
he plays
Mickey
the
Mouse.
little
You're
roles,
a
Mickey
Chuck
Mouse.
E. Cheese.
A
Knock
kid
off
grew
of
up in
Mickey
his
Mouse.
shoes, and he had to smile.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like the same with like people in shops where they're just like, "Hi, how are you?" And it's like, "Listen, Amy, I know you're not happy to see me. You work in retail. I just want to come and buy some shoes. Just give up the shit and show me
I
where the
think
Converse are.
The worst of that is when I used to work at Target during the day, and they'd constantly get mad at us because we weren't hitting the store's top sale, because they want us, when somebody comes in, they want us to help them with whatever they need, and plus try to sell them shit that the person doesn't need. And I'm thinking, if I was that shopper, I'd want to punch me in the fucking face.
Really?
Because I don't want to come in there to buy something and then have somebody try to shove shit down my throat to buy other shit.
Yeah, they have like a you're supposed to offer everything that's on the till and like all of that. Well, not on the till, but like the display.
Here's the thing. I also once worked at a Target as seasonal, and they told me to leave people alone.
No, I didn't get that.
But I mean, I worked in electronics, so I guess maybe it was different. I don't know.
What's a Target?
The Target's
It's kind of like a Walmart, but nicer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And more expensive.
The one thing I don't get is when I worked in retail, it was always a case of like, if you want to work a bank holiday, it's triple wages. And I'm just like, that's awesome. That's like £20 an hour. And they said like,
God damn.
One day they were like, okay, we're going to be open Boxing Day. I was like, why the fuck are you open Boxing Day? And why wouldn't we? It's a sales day. And I'm just like, because no one will be in town unless you spot I don't know, like some Jews or something who don't celebrate Christmas. And they're just like, oh no, we'll be busy as hell. I went in for that shift. It was only 10 till 4, but I was getting the wages as if it was like triple that. So it was like, cool. And for the entire day, we were just standing there doing fuck all. We had 2 customers and sold a whopping total of around, I think it was £6. It's just like, we lost more money in heating alone than like we've made that day.
Yeah, but they can't afford to close those days, dude.
I noticed something pretty interesting though, working both at Walmart and Target. Walmart, you get the nasty, disgusting trailer trash shit.
That's my favorite thing to do. Google Walmart funny people.
Yeah,
I love it.
But in Target, you get nothing but 30 to 40-year-old MILFs and cougars that have more money than they know what to do with.
Yep. It's very weird.
Is this what you're trying to tell us?
So
do you not know the website peopleofwalmart.com?
So if you're cruising for Tang, go to Walmart.
Ew,
no. Not Walmart. Target. Target. Don't go to Walmart. Never go to Walmart.
If you are never eating,
you have to understand. There is a certain level of ugly that you have to be to hang out at a Walmart.
On a daily basis too, and I've seen it.
Because I avoid Walmart at all costs.
The
thing is that it didn't used to be that way.
Oh, you just now found people at Walmart?
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Walmart didn't used to be that bad.
Oh, I love this. This is
okay.
Oh, my night is ruined.
If you want to have some sympathy for what I used to do at Walmart, just Google Walmart bathroom.
Oh,
someone's carrying a chicken in a baby carrier. Why? I don't care. It's brilliant.
That confuses you, doesn't it?
I love it. America's so retarded.
Wow, thanks.
Oh, it's fine. Britain's retarded too.
We're all retarded. Everybody's retarded. They just don't know it yet.
Please don't look at Walmart and like judge the rest of America just on Walmart, because the majority of America hates Walmart as well.
Too late. There's a person dressed as Elvis, and then the next picture is someone driving a Jurassic Park Jeep. This is America. And someone with their dick out. No.
Because half the time when I go, you know what? Walmart might have it instead of me going to like Lowe's and getting something. And every time I go to Walmart, I go, why did I come in here? Because they don't have it. And then if you get something, you get one thing, but you got to wait 40 minutes in line of like 3 out of the 50 registers they have.
Because the people that are at the registers aren't very good at using the registers.
No, they always seem to hire like somebody who's about to die at the age of 95 to run the registers.
But I mean, here's the thing about Walmart. Walmart does employ the most people in this country, and probably
that's not hard when you go into a trailer park and hire everybody there.
That's true, but I mean, they do create jobs, so I mean, I don't hate them for that.
I like on how
They
this was
keep people
supposed to be a
off the
podcast
streets.
about games.
Yeah.
Remember when that was a thing?
Well, here's the thing. Walmart, and this actually does tie into games, Walmart is the reason why there is some serious repercussions for games having ratings. Because if a game doesn't have a rating, or if it's a AO rating, it can't be sold at Walmart and it doesn't get made. It's basically an effective ban, but not really a ban.
Well, I found out the hard way. Never buy your music at Walmart.
No.
Why?
Because it's always the censored version of the music.
Because they're not, they don't it's a wholesome family company. They don't want
Wholesome
that out there.
family.
So you went trying to buy CeeLo Green and they gave you Forget You instead of the.
Probably. To be honest, that's probably what it would be.
Have you seen the Samuel L. Jackson censored version of Snakes on a Plane?
No.
How did that work?
Give me a sec.
I'm tired of these snakes on a plane.
I'm trying to remember if the stupid line it was like, "Oh, I've had it. Damn it! I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday airplane."
Okay.
Wow. Well, I mean, the censored version of from The Big Lebowski of this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass becomes this is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps.
This is what happens when you find a stranger in my ass.
It's messed up, and sometimes it's just the line is actually worse because they changed it, but it's also a little bit funnier too because find a stranger in the Alps.
I'm on page 74 of this Walmart website, and I'm not
It
even
never
ashamed.
gets better and it never gets worse.
It's just a sliding. There's no sliding scale of awful there.
There's a member of staff just fingering his ass at the till or scratching whatever
what
he's
the
doing.
fuck do these people think when they leave the house?
Well, they think I'm
don't,
going to
clearly.
make a statement. This is America. We voted Trump.
Please don't think of America with the Walmart website. Don't.
Or MTV. Disregard
this
MTV.
What I think of America is I think of the white trashy shop at Walmart, and I think of BuzzFeed. That is America to me.
God.
Good
Oh
God.
my God.
That's like the worst lenses
Every
you
time
can
I
get.
see BuzzFeed, I want to throw up.
Okay. Question to you: what do you think of imagery when you think of Britain?
Tea and crumpets.
I think of tea and crooked teeth.
Which is funny because according to the latest 2015 dentist standards, America has worse teeth than Britain.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
But you see, the whole teeth thing comes from
Well, then again, if you're in
1960s.
Walmart, you'd believe it.
It does. True, yeah. The dentist, Walmart does their own dentist. It's just someone there with a chisel and a hammer.
They do have some of the
Yes.
Walmarts have
Yes, they do. Some
dentists
of
in
them
them.
Oh my God! What is wrong?
Most of them have hairdressers and optometrists, but some of them do have dentist office.
Mhm.
Well, we sell garden shears on aisle 9. Might as well open a hairdresser.
Yeah, I don't get it either, dude. Nobody understands this shit.
We
And the
do
thing is,
buzz
I
cut or
recommend-
bowl.
Never getting your hair cut in Walmart. I made that fucking mistake a couple months ago.
You might.
You've got your
The only
haircut.
haircut you're gonna get at a Walmart is just a buzz cut.
No, well, I
That's the
asked
only-
for a simple number 2 fade, which is
Okay.
the number. The numbers are the size of the things that go on the clippers.
Okay.
Yeah.
She cut my hair, and a fade's supposed to be short hair on the side that slowly fades into a slightly longer hair on the top. She ended up. It looked like my hat was still on my head because I could see the line in my skull.
Did you look like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber?
Kind of. But with that line kind of at like a 45-degree angle, as if I was wearing my hat slightly tilted up on my head.
Huh.
See, last time I got my hair cut, I forgot I dye my hair. It's like I'm naturally ginger, but I dye my hair bold red because I kind of prefer it redder than ginger. And I forgot.
Because I like looking like a tomato.
Yeah, suits my skin tone. All us British people are pale as fuck, so you know. So I left the hairdresser and I was just like, okay, it's a nice actual cut. I forgot that because like I have it like number 3 on the sides and then just like faded into the top. I was like, the top's still going to be bold red. The sides are going to go back to ginger. So it's like I had a really bold top and ginger sides. And I just remember that some guy just walked past me on the street and was like, "Ah, mate, you look like a fucking acorn." I was like, "Oh, fuck, man."
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I went straight and bought a hat.
Oh man, acorn, huh?
Yeah, it was.
No, Cortana, fuck off.
What?
Oh, because I said, "Oh man, an acorn." For whatever reason, Cortana picked up on that.
Searching now for acorn.
Oh man, no, something I've been watching on YouTube. They
Acorns.
have for this Japanese TV station. What they have is a basically what they do is they try and have a contest of who can pronounce English words better by using Siri.
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, But the thing is, the problem, I don't know if they realize this, is that Siri doesn't really do that great of a job.
Nope.
I don't like Siri. I asked it to set an alarm for a timer for 15 minutes, and it read out one of my text messages. It was just like, all right.
Well, that happened.
Cool. It wasn't even the important text message. It was just go off the train station and be back in 10. I was just like, thanks for letting me know, me.
At least it didn't read like a really bad text message.
Siri reads out anal tonight, babe.
Doofy Love, Chapter 1. Oh, Dave, someone on one of FUBAR's videos commented saying, "What's Doofy Love? I hear you referencing it, but I can't find a source."
We reference it all the time, but we really don't have anything other than the thing at the end of my videos, and we occasionally
I think it's
talk
like,
about
what
it
video
here.
is it where we have one video, but I think it might have been Siege, where it's just like,
Well,
we came up with Doofy Love.
I don't know if it was Siege where it originated, but I know that we talked a lot about it during Minecraft.
Yeah, we did. I think like no one uploaded the original source, so it's kind of become a thing that we all talk about, but no one will ever be able to find the source.
The original source, I think, happened when we were actually discussing the creation of the podcast. So it never went up.
I remember it during a game.
Maybe,
I remember talking about it a lot in Minecraft.
Maybe it was Dying Light?
No, it wasn't Dying Light. It was something we all played together.
We did all play Dying Light together.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. That was you, myself, Dave, Brian was there, and John.
Dying Light's the zombie game that me and you are playing.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Dying Light. The other one.
Ark.
No.
Left 4 Dead?
The killer one.
Killing Floor.
No. It wasn't Killing Floor. Where you have the 4 survivors and then you have the killer going around. Oh,
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. See, too many dead games. Dying Light, Dead Rising.
You need to stop playing zombie games, otherwise you're going to be a zombie channel.
I already am a zombie channel.
You
I have
are.
so many zombie
I like
games that I played.
turtles!
That's why I haven't touched Resident Evil 7 yet, because I still got to get rid of all of this stupid zombie crap.
Or we still need to play the expansion pack, and then we're going to go and play Left 4 Dead 2.
We definitely will do the expansion pack. And hey, Dave, if you somehow manage to get normal hours on a Friday or something, you're more than welcome to join us and be way under leveled and.
Because the online is dead, and
Pretty much.
I'll be like the autistic kid that your mom and dad make you play with, even though you don't want to.
Or Batman's psychic that doesn't have the grappling hook.
And then they always hug your pet, and they always hug too tight.
Because I have to say that was probably so far the highlight of Dying Light is when I had the grappling hook and you didn't.
That was the most annoying thing, because you were zipping across the city and I was running among crowds of zombies getting my ass raped.
You kept using your gun!
I love that clip of that video, by the way. Come here, big guy. No, not that fast, not that fast.
No, my favourite thing is I haven't uploaded it yet because I've still got like 20 parts before I catch up to FUBAR. It's basically we get in after like 3 weeks of not playing, and we're on top of the roof, and randomly we're being hit by shit, and we're like, who's throwing this? And we finally find it, and it's a massive zombie. So I jump down to like just the staircase above him, stand on the ledge, and the minute I climb on top of the ledge, a boulder just smacks me in the face, and I fly backwards into a pit of zombies. And it's like, from my perspective, all hell's breaking loose. I'm screaming, going mad. I watched FUBAR's version of it. He's busy just lockpicking a chest and then turns around going, oh, did he hit you in the face? I was just like, bitch, you don't know what I just been through.
That's why I don't fuck with the zombies. I leave them be. I do my thing. They do their thing.
I watched your footage. There's so many clips where it's like, everything went wrong for me. And you not knowing, like, for example, when you went to the bit with the electric water where we had to turn the gas on or the water on or whatever. And I basically got attacked by 7 virals. I scream, fire my shotgun off everywhere, sprint through the door, jump, grapple a wall, fall into an electric pool, and die.
See how
you turn around going, oh, I've turned off the electricity. What happened? Oh, you've fallen down. Like, no, dude, the fuck.
See how I'm picturing this in my head is that it goes from FUBAR's version, and there's like happy Disney music playing, and he's just skipping along, and then it cuts to Lucky, and he's
He's got Slayer playing in the background.
Yeah, You're going for a nice walk through the countryside while I'm getting like NARM treatment with napalm.
You keep
napalm
using your
falling.
gun. Stop using your gun. That attracts the zombies.
It's the only thing that makes them stop moving.
You have the bow and arrow.
It's the only thing that stops the screaming.
I tried that, but the only thing I have for the bow and arrow, the only arrows I have are explosives, and that makes things worse.
What do you mean? You have tons of arrows.
Not any regular ones,
Why not? You should be able to craft them.
because I might have accidentally sold them.
Well, that's not my fault, though, is it?
You're supposed to protect me. You're my legal guardian.
Oh, then you're fucked, man.
I need a fucking license to let me pet dogs. Remember?
Oh, man.
Doggy.
So yes, Dave, if you get normal hours, let me know so that way we can get you in for the following. You got a buggy. There's a buggy you can drive around in.
What?
Yeah,
Say what?
through the Turkish
Have a nice
countryside.
buggy. I'll quit my job if I get to ride a buggy. Fuck rent.
My job, I got a fucking plans to buy a brand new truck at the end of the year.
I thought you just got a new truck.
Well, it's not new, but I mean this. I'm gonna buy brand new off the lot at the end of the year.
Ah,
Wow. I'm yet to drive. I am yet to have a driving license.
yeah,
I
you don't really need one.
No, I live in the I live in the city, and it's a case of like there's not really a reason to drive. I've only driven a car once, and I crashed into the ocean.
What?
Well, we went on holiday, and I think it was like 12 or 13, and we went on holiday. And do you guys watch Top Gear over there? Is it popular over there? Well, basically,
It was.
you know those like whenever they did that like cinematic shot of it driving down the beach, like
Yeah.
just it might have gone. Well, we found the beach, and it's like, oh, it's a famous beach where tons of cinematic shots are taken. I was like, whatever. But Dad was like, do you want to drive the car? I was like, what? And it's like, oh, there's nothing you can crash into out here. Well. Turns out 13-year-old me couldn't see the fucking ocean, and we went straight into it for the rest of the holiday. We didn't have a car.
Oh, you hit the ocean. That's a. Well, I mean, it's bigger than the side of a barn.
How the fuck have you survived this long in life?
To his credit, he was 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like it was a small little pond. It's a giant fucking ocean on one side of the car.
I'm like that gag animal in a TV show. You know the one where it's just like, you know it's going to die, but it always manages to avoid death by like a hair. You know,
Well,
like,
you've seen the
accident-
videos. You know what happens to him.
it's like he accidentally falls over in like flammable liquid and almost steps on a match kind of thing. You know, like the comedy sketch things. I'm like that in human form. There are so many occasions where I should have died, but I haven't. I guess my name makes more sense now.
There you go. Because you actually, I think you did survive that last zombie attack with the giant zombie throwing their concrete blocks.
I did. Got whacked in the face a few times, but I lived just with a new
all right.
broken smile. I still think my favorite scene so far from Dying Light is when I think it was the first time where we were like, you know what, let's just survive the entire night. You grapple on top of a fucking building and leave me with
That's
like
not the first time that we survived
like
an entire
10
night.
virals and 8 of the super mutant ones, and you just like me firing my machine gun everywhere, and you're just watching from the top of a fucking skyscraper.
I never claimed not to be a cruel person.
You were dead inside that episode. You were just like,
the first night we survived was when we were in that power station.
good. Yeah, and I got my ass kicked then, and you hid inside the fucking shack.
I didn't hide inside a shack. I was killing zombies in that shack.
You were still in the fucking shack. You didn't go outside and save me.
Well, how could I if I'm still killing the zombies?
Because that's what friends do.
And I did save you eventually.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta get in on that,
So
Dave.
fun playing that. It's such a good game.
They have a kick button and everything.
I love that kick.
Ooh.
No, it makes a huge difference. I think
Another
like
thing I was
the
thinking about.
first episode we did, it was just we ran into a zombie and started kicking him, yelling, "Stop resisting!"
Thing I was thinking about is in maybe another week or two, maybe 3, I might start my own Rust server.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm yet to play that. I have it. I don't
Drop $100 on a year-long server.
get people to go.
I'll
parties
join
or
it.
something.
I'll join it. I'll record there.
I'll probably be up for it. Because then it's like, what, 33 recurring each?
What?
33.333333.
What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't know what he's talking about.
$100 divided by 3.
What are you talking about? What do
It'd
you
be-
mean divided by 3?
Well, like if it was everyone going on the server, see if people can chip in.
No, I'm not going to worry about that.
Oh,
As long as people play, I'll be fine.
how noble of you.
I'd be like 100-person slot or something.
I will serenade you with erotica that I've been finding online.
No,
That's
no, you will
hilarious.
not.
Serenade
No, you
you
will
with
not.
ass play.
No, you will not.
I googled really, really bad erotica, and it's hilarious.
No.
It is pretty fucking funny.
And it's not a case of it was written by people who just don't know English. It was just they're proper retarded. It's great.
And the whole reason we even got to that, because I don't know if you caught that bit
He
or
put
not.
his finger in her butt.
Uh,
She liked it.
So I had to do a mic test because I got rid of the Elgato. I disconnected it from my computer, so I have to redo the audio for everybody because the audio is much louder without the Elgato than with the Elgato.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about, because Trock was saying, this is me talking. I am talking. And I just did a mic test when we started doing Wildlands with Gom, and I was starting to think, you know what I should do? I should find 50 and just read excerpts when I'm doing that.
That would be good. I approve.
So for those who have watched the beginning and are like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And why are you doing this throughout the whole thing? That's where that kind of came from. Because can you imagine you're just doing that to a friend of yours online who's like that? Is he Finnish? That guy that your friend Dave.
What? Which
Uh,
one?
The one from Finland
From the Netherlands?
or Netherlands? That's it. You just do that to him.
Oh.
Like while he's trying to do a. Why did the video cut out? Hold on. Let me.
Is that Truck's
that.
brother?
That's why I downloaded this app. Tell me that doesn't sound exactly like his brother.
It does.
It does kind of sound like him. I think the video cut.
It did.
Is it back? It says video output low. I don't know what that means. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Did your internet crash? And
No,
shit?
it's not the internet. I think it's the Google Hangout. Just not enough is happening on the screen, maybe? So it just looks like nothing's happening?
Huh.
No, my internet's not bad. I might have to change some of the settings for OBS. I think that might be part of the problem.
I wonder if you could also, with OBS, chroma key the black on Hangouts and put something behind it.
Maybe. I don't know. That's something to maybe look at when I actually have time, which I don't have. Because there's just so many. Because another game that I recommend, Halcyon 6.
Never heard of it.
It's like it's kind of like
Are we still
XCOM.
broadcasting?
Huh? Yeah, we're still
Yeah,
podcasting.
broadcasting.
I thought the video cut out.
It did cut out, but I fixed it. I just
Oh.
stopped it and started it again. And I think it was a stupid OBS trick.
Hi everybody, how you sexy motherfuckers doing?
Lucky that fucking joke just killed half of my soul.
Dave, a jumper cable walked to a bar. Wow. Oh man, that just killed everything. Thanks, Lucky. I was gonna tell you all about Halcyon 6, and it's like XCOM, with the base building and like a JRPG with the combat between the ships and the ground people. With permadeath for your officers.
Two Ariels get married. The ceremony wasn't much, but what the fuck? I was gonna make an anal joke, but fuck it.
Two anals got married. One of them said, "Ah, shit." Kiss the butts.
Wow, great detective work there, Dan.
Dan.
I'm just
What?
I'm making shit up. Toby,
My
better?
name's not Dan.
But yeah, you get to like name your captains and whatnot. So there may or may not have been a captain named after you, and they may or may not have died.
Why are uncles like curries?
Because they give you the shits.
Why are uncles like curries?
Curies or
Curries. No, curries.
Curries.
Because they destroy your ass.
No, bad ones hurt your arsehole.
It's basically the same thing.
And
Wow.
what's the
Anal
difference?
sex is not for pussies.
What's the difference?
That is a good one.
Can I get that on a bumper sticker?
What's the difference?
I know.
What's the difference between an uncle and a curry?
Okay.
Bad ones hurt your asshole.
One comes in my ass, one comes out. No, take that back. That's bad taste.
Yeah. No.
Question. Now, bringing up what you were talking about before the podcast. What was it? The superhero movies you were talking about?
Oh, the that was going to be actually the main topic, but Dave showed up, and then that kind of went elsewhere.
Because I still want to. I hate them so much.
Yeah, why
What,
do you?
superhero
Why, he doesn't like the Marvel movies.
Because he's a faggot.
No, I hate the because it's like they didn't make them because they wanted to make them. They wanted to make the Avengers movie, and they were like, "Ah, fuck, we got to make all of these other movies."
He's probably one of those assholes that thinks Gods of Egypt was a good movie.
What the hell's Gods of Egypt?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where they hired all white people to play people who aren't white?
They just watched Egypt.
People like, what was it, Gerard Butler or whatever, played Set.
It's like, have you seen the trailer for the Wall of China, like the Great Wall of China or something?
No.
It's
Isn't
a
that
film
with
about
Matt
the Great.
Damon?
Yeah, it's the Great Wall of
Oh,
China.
no,
and
I
it's
did see
about
it,
like
yeah.
hundreds of years ago in the Battle of the Great Wall. And then I was just like, so it's like a big thing set in Asia. Why is Matt Damon there? It's like-
Why was Tom Cruise in Japan as the Last Samurai?
Yeah, but Last Samurai was good.
It was good, but I mean he's
Not
5'7".
I watched 47 Ronin the other. Is it Ronin or Ronin?
Ronan.
Yeah,
I've
with
heard
Sean
Ronan.
Connery.
Keanu Reeves, but
Wait a
okay.
minute, no, I'm thinking of the other movie.
That's
James Bond.
Highlander, isn't it?
No,
Yeah,
he's
that's
in
Han-
Ronin.
It's the one with the sword, isn't it? And Sean Connery was the
Well,
guy.
no, that is Highlander that you're talking about, but I'm also talking
it's
about Ronin, which is also a Sean Connery movie.
I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that was all right. It was about like 47 soldiers going to fight some guy. You know, the same thing all samurai movies are.
Well, on a gay movie topic, I recommend that you guys go see Beauty and the Beast.
Why?
Gay movie or gay movie? I saw Beauty and the
Both.
Beast. That is not a gay movie.
I thought it was good. I still prefer the original cartoon.
No, the one thing that really annoyed me about it is like the CGI. I think the Beast isn't going to date well
No, he's not.
because it's like the CGI for him. For me, it was just like that seems very subpar.
Yeah,
for
I've
what's
seen much better
possible.
CGI.
To
Yeah.
me, I'm a 30-year-old man. I just don't care.
No, but the
I'm
thing is,
sorry.
it's a good
Please
way-
tell me you weren't in the theater by yourself then.
Why would I go to the theater to see that? Why would
Why
I
would-
even
It's
see
a
it?
good
Period.
Jesus. But no,
I already
yeah.
saw that when I was, a kid. When it was
Oh, I see
original.
it.
Oh shit.
It was good, definitely good. I don't see what the massive deal was because all I remember in the papers and that was saying like, "Oh my god, LeFou's gay, LeFou's gay." I was
I
like,
didn't see that. Like,
the thing is, I
whole
watched.
part at the end of the
I
movie
watched-
that would seem gay. Well, there's three parts that they consider. Well, the part that they thought was gay was during the singing part in the bar. They thought that was the part that they thought was the gay part, which I didn't think was. The part that I thought was gay was when the three guys come up to the wardrobe to attack it, and the
one
one
of them
they
likes
get turned into a yeah, the one smiles and like ooh.
Yeah, no. The thing is, I watched the original, like the animated one from whenever it was made, and I was like, okay, I'm
The
gonna
Stone
watch
Age.
this. And
It's okay. You can say it.
I don't know when it was made. It was like, was it 60s or 70s?
No,
that
that was like in mid 90s.
early 90s, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like 90. I want to say 93,
I
but I
don't
think that was Lion King.
The Lion King was 95.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I watched the original thinking I'm gonna purposely watch LeFou and see how he acts in that one, and in the mindset of like thinking to myself, is he gay or
No, see,
curious?
I had that same exact thought. Like I thought about back at when during the cartoon, and I thought the way that he's acting as a cartoon character, and you just transfer that into a human, he's acting the same exact way. It's when he's a character in a cartoon drawn, he doesn't seem so fluffy, I guess you could say.
See, I think he is. Like from watching the scenes and watching, I feel and in interviews the director said like he's not gay, but he's questioning his sexuality. And keeping that in mind, when I watched it, I was just like, yeah, he seems like the person who's thinking, "Am I gay?" kind of thing.
I don't know. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's pointless.
I don't know why it made I don't know why it made a massive big deal of it.
Because SJWs like that virtue signal and shit. They thought it was like the best thing ever. It's like, can you just watch the fucking movie and keep your mouth shut for a while?
Well, for me, it wasn't the Justice Warriors that got me noticing it. It was more like it got knocked up to, what was it, like an 18 rating or something in Russia because of it.
What?
Yeah, because because they're very anti-gay and destroying the image of the family, they upped the rating for it.
Huh.
But no, the one thing that I got from Beauty and the Beast, which I just really didn't like, the acting in it was kind of... A few actors in it were very good. I thought, like, LeFou, Gaston were very good, but quite a few people, they gave the impression to me that they were trying to act like an animated character.
Yeah.
It was like, if they saw the original and said, I'm going to really try and be this, instead of saying, this is the character, now I'm going to act the way I think they should. They just tried to act animated.
Well, let me ask you this. How different is it from the animated movie?
It's got a few different scenes.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Songs, too.
Yeah, but I mean, how different is it? Like, for example, I would say that the remake of Jungle Book is different from the animated and from the other Jungle Book movie that they did.
This isn't much different. It's pretty similar.
Yeah, so with Jungle Book, it made quite a few changes. This one is pretty much the same.
Here's what I'm going to bet. I'm going to bet that they're going to start going through all of the other Disney movies and re-releasing them in this sort of fashion, not like the Jungle Book, but more like Beauty and the Beast.
FUBAR, haven't you seen the new? They're remaking 19 films.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. They want the money.
They've made the trailer for The Lion King already.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's got the trailer out. But the one thing that really pisses me off about The Lion King is a sense of, like, one, I feel like if it was Disney ones that weren't freakishly popular, like The Sword in the Stone or The Black Cauldron or something like that, I would kind of understand reboots, or ones where the animation is rather old and it could be do with a bit of a revamp.
Yeah.
But with things like The Lion King, it's a case of the animation still looks really good. It doesn't need to be touched. It's, 23 years old? It's not even that old.
Not to mention, they don't need to do Lion King, especially when throughout the years since the movie's been out, they've done shows, other, like, small movies of different characters and shit. They don't need to redo Lion King. It's been done enough.
But here's the problem, and this is the same thing going with the games. They want it to be like Call of Duty, because it makes them money, and they no longer they only want it there, and they're only doing it because all those people that watched the original now have kids of their own, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I love this movie. I'm gonna watch it again with my kids, and they're gonna love it." And they're just gonna make.
I think they just vault. I think they just recircle the vault. Like, they'll go through the vault of, like, what films they have, and then they'll just remake them.
Yes, and I'd rather them make new content. I don't need rehashed shit.
But then again, it's the people they work with. For example, like, there was a period, like, about a decade ago, where Disney made a statement saying, like, we don't need Pixar. And Pixar were just like, oh, really? So there was a good few years where Pixar didn't do any work with Disney. And then Disney released films like, what was it? Home something about the cows. What was it called? Like Home on the Range or something. And they made tons of really animated... Yeah, exactly. No, they made a series of films, all of them fucking terrible. Like, the sense of just, like, is there anyone at Disney who can do really good things without relying on other companies?
Do you know of the movie...
But then I watched Moana the other day, and that was really good.
Do you know of the movie called Barnyard?
Mm-hmm. That might be what I'm thinking. Oh, no, Barnyard's the one where it's if you look at their noses and pretend they're the eyes, it's really funny.
No. Barnyard's the one where the male cows have udders.
Yeah, no, that's the film. Google Barnyard, have a look at the main character's face, look at the nose, like the pink section. Now imagine they are the eyes.
Okay,
and watch the entire thing like that, and it's creepy as fuck.
It probably would make the film better and tolerable.
Yeah, but the male one's got udders. It's weird. Or 4 penises. You can choose between the 2.
I don't know which one is worse.
Or his nipples are just really low on his body.
With 4 of them.
That would still be an udder.
It would be 4 nipples on a tumor.
Which is what an udder is.
I'm pretty sure that's not what an udder
You
is.
know what's even weirder is when Disney came out, what was that movie with the horses?
Maybe with the horses.
It was with Native Americans,
Disney
and one of them
horse.
died and came back as a horse. And they gave the horses eyebrows.
Oh, Spirit.
What?
That was, yeah.
Oh, it does have eyebrows. But don't all horses in like animated
not
Disney
human
have
eyebrows.
Okay, let's.
That's why they have a long face. They can't express themselves.
Tangled has a horse in it. Tangled horse eyebrows.
Yeah, but that's an animated horse.
No,
Or
it doesn't
was
have
it-
eyebrows. It's got just like thicker skin up there, so you can tell when it's making a facial expression, but it doesn't have eyebrows.
Yeah.
What's the fucking? What's the film? It's always been one of my favorite animated movies, but it's not Disney and it's not Pixar. Anastasia.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I always thought it was Disney. It's Fox.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, because like 2 films I loved from when I was little, Fox, Anastasia, and Titan AE, both of them made by Fox.
Yeah.
But it was like
I don't
the
know
hell?
why. I don't know why they don't do more. Because I don't. At least I don't
the
think they do
studio
more.
closed down. They closed down after Titan AE. It didn't make
Ah.
much money, and they had to close it.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
See, Anastasia is something that they should do a live action remake
I
with.
think there is a live action version of Anastasia. It's not as good because you can do more with animation,
You can.
especially for the time it was released. I think nowadays you could probably do a version of Anastasia, which would actually be sick. They should do this.
Or
If
just-
anyone
or do
important
it
or big in the world
in-
is watching this, do it.
Or CG, maybe.
Out of the 5 people watching, if anybody over there is in charge of Fox or NBC, somebody.
Maybe
This could
give,
be like a La
maybe
La
give
Land
us a little bit of a kickback, huh?
one person in the audience of nobody is or very few people, not nobody, is important. So if you're
Yes.
the person who like the person in La La Land, 6 people, they've joined. It's you. Hey, you 6 person.
Hello.
Money.
Hello. Welcome.
Okay, I'm in
Quick, Lucky,
advertising.
throw a pitch.
Bitch.
And he's now gonna type it. What's going on here?
Bitch,
Okay,
your money for real.
Wow.
We gonna make a movie.
Make a movie. Holy shit, we have another person. Wait, I'm confused. If I'm watching and you 2 are watching... No, that makes sense. I guess Cam must have left. It's gonna be like Ghostbusters. Not, you know, I still haven't seen it, and I still don't care.
I'm not gonna ever see it.
I don't.
I
think-
hate it.
I don't know if I'd
I
even
hated
watch
it.
it for money.
See, the thing is, whenever I
Maybe
say
I
I hate
would.
it, though, it's immediately thrown back at me saying like, oh, it's because you just didn't like it because it had women in it. And I was just like, no, I didn't hate it because it had women in it. I hated it, one, because it didn't need remaking, because the second one's a classic, that's still funny. Secondly, the first joke he made when they're all in the room together is a fart joke.
Not
And
just
then-
a fart joke, a queef joke.
Yeah, and then when they meet the first ghost, which is kind of like the librarian scene from the first one, the person who's supposed to be, was it Egon or whatever, pops a can of Pringles, eats one, they turn around in shock and she goes, oh, well, when you pop, you can't stop. It's like, what the fuck is that?
That's a joke.
No, yeah, that's the thing. It wasn't a case of like, oh, because they were just like, oh, it's just because you don't like it, it's because it's got women in it. I was like, no, I hated it because it had horrible writing. The jokes were terrible.
The
You
acting
wanted-
was shit.
The acting was shit. It's like, because I thought the actors in it, not really a fan of, because they're all like Saturday Night Live people. And
Yeah.
then what I can't remember her name, the Leslie, what's her name, the I hate to say it, the black one. Why did they have to make her the stereotypical "oh no,
Thank
you
you.
didn't" girl?
See,
It's
that's
like,
the exact argument that
because-
Milo had on Twitter when he got banned was why do they have to make her the stereotypical like black chick that's constantly
no, that's
cussing
what
and
I
can't
thought. When
speak
I was
English.
watching it,
Huh.
it kind of made me uncomfortable because I was like, okay, you've got a black character in it. Is she going to be cool? Why is she being the stereo? Oh no, you didn't. I ain't in this shit. Storming off like overreacting kind of black woman. I was just like, can't she
They
just
didn't
be
do
a
that with
regular
Winston.
woman? It's like,
Winston was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
and then the one male character they had in it, what's his name? The person who plays Thor, they made him a retard, and I'm just like, oh, is this supposed to be
Wait, the guy's
like
name is
appealing to the
Thor?
feminists? Well, the person who plays Thor.
The movie was way too obvious that it was pandering to the SJWs and to the feminists because they
Yeah.
treated the men like shit in the movie. It was cast with actresses from SNL that just absolutely sucked.
It was a case of like, it was terrible writing, and then I was like, oh, is it because it's like the directors are really feminist type? And he was like, oh no, of course not. In an interview, he said men are genetically not funny and women are the funny ones. I'm like, okay, he's one of these people.
I don't. How is that true? Has he not seen Blazing Saddles? That
No,
movie
he's-
is
No, he
fucking
probably thinks-
hilarious.
Full of misogynistic views and shit.
It's just I found it really stupid, and then it was just a case of I can't discuss like the movie because everyone's just like, oh, I loved it, didn't you? And I was like, no, I hated it, because it's immediately a case of, oh, you're just a sexist, racist, and I'm like, no,
That doesn't
it just
make
had a
any
terrible.
sense.
It was just like, nope, it was just a terrible movie,
That's
terrible
why I just
writing,
stopped
poorly
talking to
timed
people.
jokes. It was like you can't accept that was good writing. If that was in any other movie, like with like an all male cast, they beat the villain by hitting him in the balls. Come on. It's like, that's poor cheesy humor. It's better.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Saturday
fucking
Night
dumb.
Live humor. Like, you know,
No, I know what you're talking about, like Night at the Roxbury
it was just.
or
it was like scary
Ladies'
movie,
Man,
like
and-
kind of movie,
Hmm.
kind of humor. It was.
That's
just-
why I have a lot of respect for the creators of South Park, because they, I think it was during an interview, they mentioned how SNL has turned into this pretty much nothing but bash Trump nonstop 24/7, and they
Yeah, well,
said,
that's what it is.
"Is this?" They said, "We're sick of it. We're tired of it. Can we all just get back to making our content, like actual making our shows, and stop with just this nothing but hate train
It's
on one
something-
topic?"
I have so much respect for them.
I do too, especially
They-
just the
they
fact that the
are-
first time they went to the awards, they went in women's dresses, high on
LSD.
My
I
favorite
have,
thing
I've
ever seen Trey Parker and Matt Stone do was back when it was like internet piracy was a massive thing. A woman got taken to court because she illegally downloaded some South Park, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone always had the opinion of, if you downloaded it online, we don't care. It was a case of, if you want to download it, fine. We make our money through DVD sales and airing the TV show anyway. And so what happened was they wanted to make an example out of this woman who illegally downloaded it. So they got Trey and whoever to actually come in, like, to testify, and they just went in saying like, yeah, we don't care, can you drop the charges?
yeah.
And they
they're
did,
kind of,
and
they're
she
that kind of
just
people
left.
that are like, we make enough money already. We're not going to be super stingy about a few cents on the dollar.
Yeah, no, that's what it was, because they wanted to make an example out of her, but they were just like, yeah,
Yeah.
we've always had the standpoint of, we don't give a shit if people download it, can we go now?
Well, not only that, but I mean, they've also been able to maintain consistently funny for, I think they're in what right now, season 21 that they're going into?
Yeah,
I think
something
they-
like that.
I think it's just hit season 20.
Yeah, so they've been consistently hilarious for nearly 20 years, and to me,
It's nice to
that's
see someone-
amazing. I mean, even The Simpsons didn't do that.
It's nice to see well, an animated show or a cartoon or whatever not scared of like, you know, being
Any
PC,
show.
because, you know, well, because like a lot of people at the moment, it's just a case of, oh, you can't offend anybody, and it's just like, of course you can.
You can offend
like-
people; they can not like it. That's just part of life. Life isn't perfect. Get over it.
What's the worst thing that happens when it's like, what's the comedian's name? Steve Hughes. It's just like, what's the worst
I
thing?
love that. I love that guy. That fucking
Yes.
segment.
Yeah,
I
it's just
don't
like,
know
oh,
what that
happens
is,
when
unfortunately.
he basically he talks about like, I went to see something and I got offended, and he's like, okay, what happens when
Not
you
like
get
you got
offended?
leprosy.
Yeah, and he's just like, it's not like you went home and you're just like, oh, I saw someone today who made fun of Christianity and I was offended. And then I woke up in the morning and I had leprosy.
Yeah.
I think it's just like,
It's
if you get
utterly
offended, you get
ridiculous.
offended, nothing happens. And then he says like, you can't really even put laws in about being offensive because it's completely subjective by an individual or a viewpoint. Because he said he was like, oh, I get offended by
Except that's what happens.
boy bands. Yeah, no, and it's fucking retarded.
It is.
I can't remember who said it, but it's a case of everything should be allowed or nothing should be allowed. It's like a case of
Cartoon
Because
Wars
circus-
Part 2.
no, it was on a talk show I watched, and it was basically certain comedians have been getting their head ripped off for it was this man who gave a talk, and he made a rape joke that wasn't even a proper rape joke, and he got a massive backlash for it, and he just brought up the fact of just like, or how come you can make jokes or visualize rape in movies and TV shows, but you can't make a joke about it in comedy? Because the person who came on to yell at him saying how horrible he was had Jeff Goldblum as the background on her Twitter, and he just went, he was in a movie where he played a rapist and they had a rape scene. What do you think is more offensive, me making a rape joke or them actually filming, like, to an excellent degree, a rape scene? And he's just like, and he was like, it's either everything allowed or nothing's allowed.
That's why Gom's school shooting joke deserves a fucking Emmy.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
What?
Oh, okay.
Did you-
Did you not see the Wildlands thing that I've been doing?
He
No,
made
I
it.
haven't been watching shit. I've been working and sleeping.
It's a really good-
Okay, so there's
Yeah,
this pile
it's
of
great.
bodies, and I go prone in it because I just wanted to do something stupid and weird. And then Aphex says, "FUBAR, get out of the body pile!" And Gom says, "Come on, FUBAR, this isn't a school shooting."
Oh my god!
And immediately after he says that, we all, Goon and Aphex and I all go like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" It was so fucking hilarious.
I know. See, that's what I feel. I kind of prefer just not having a line, you know?
Yeah, but it's tough.
Yeah.
Make it
And-
at everything. No, it's not tough.
Well, no, it's
It's
tough
not.
because
I like that.
everybody, and I mean for like YouTube and whatnot, if people flag you, you can get into restricted mode, and that's not great.
I don't really care because I doubt many people, apart from parents, go in restricted mode, and I really doubt kids are like whose parents watch their YouTube watch my shit. If anyone does,
That's true. I try to bite my tongue because I'd rather err on the side of caution.
The tough part about like free speech and stuff is when you
Feel like, I
say-
swear, if you watch your tongue though, me and all of the videos I've been in with you, I've probably effed up your channel already.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's you. That's not me.
the thing about the whole, have no limit is SJWs like to use that against you because then they say, what if you're inciting violence and shit like that?
I'm not in charge of what I do.
You
I'm
know.
not in charge of what other people do.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're the one.
And just
that
like
said
the great
words, and that's
Milo
what they'll
Yiannopoulos
say.
said, the best disinfectant is sunlight.
Yeah.
Once somebody say somebody comes out tomorrow and says, "Fuck the Jews, kill them all," most of the people in the world will look at him and go, "Wow, you're a piece." Well, except for like Middle East and all, but they look at him and go, "Wow, what a piece of shit." Everyone will know.
Yeah, it's just like publicity kills anyone with a negative opinion anyway.
Yeah.
It's like most so it's just we'll take it all out of context anyway. It's like if any of them watch me and had to go at some of the shit I say, it's just like it was a joke. If you can't tell it's a joke, it was a joke.
You're probably on the wrong channel, and then you're gonna get a 6-page rant emailed at you, and you're like,
If they made a massive rant said, "Oh my god, he meant this by this," and I would go, "Actually, no, I didn't." If that's how you interpreted it, you're a fucking idiot, kind of thing.
Yeah, that was just so well timed with the school shooting joke. It was just perfect.
It was brewing. I spat out my drink. I had to. Just,
Uh,
I fucking loved it. Not the school,
I
school
will
shooting
say-
SS.
I will say the one thing about because I was just Wildlands. The vehicles are very dangerous.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah,
Are you saying things that go more than 60 miles an hour can be dangerous?
dude, they don't have to go 60 miles an hour. They can just tap you. I was just checking out Goon's point of view when he got hit by a car. When he was saying the roads of Bolivia claimed another victim. It like barely tapped the guy, and he's down.
It's such a funny series.
Oh my god!
I'm-
I'm waiting for him to get back because I don't know how much of this I can really talk about. But from what I understand, he might be bringing Goon back to Texas with him to do some more recording. So we might actually get to do more of that at some point.
That'd be cool.
It'd be nice.
Hey,
I want to play that.
You need to sort out. It's good. We need to do another custom zombies thing. I fucking love editing those.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I need a group of 4.
Yeah. It's like
Or
they're
a
always
group,
really funny.
A group of more than myself.
This depends on how you say the joke and how you phrase it. That will get people pissed at you, or if people think it's funny. Well, if they don't understand satire, then fuck them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like if
Apparently,
they
they don't
can't-
know what Jonathan Swift is.
Or how about if you don't like the joke and you don't agree with it, then just shut the fuck up and go on with your life.
They can't do that.
No
You
need
know
to go,
that.
I'm offended! Everyone
They
will
have
just look
to
at you and go, good
grandstand.
for you!
They have to
Yeah.
grandstand because their daddy didn't love them and they want to be noticed.
I'm offended by your existence, but that doesn't mean that. It's completely subjective. The fact that just like they're like, oh, if I'm offended, then everyone has to be like agreeing with this. Like, the one thing that annoys me is they don't listen to your side of the argument. It's like they want to debate as long as it's with someone who's got the same political
they'll
views.
debate you, but as soon as you start talking and say something different, they'll start calling you a racist or Islamophobe or anything. They'll just start calling you these names to try and shut you up and make you look like an ass in front of everybody else.
And even if you use facts, it's insanity.
What was there was a person and a group at a university in Cambridge in the UK who I found it fucking hilarious because it's like, okay, university is supposed to be a time, where you can get a huge range of opinions, so you can basically discover who you are and what you believe in. It's like an intellectual open zone. Well, in Cambridge in the UK, a group of people went to a board and thought, okay, well, some people are getting offended at certain articles and publications put forward by the university and, books that are on our syllabus. I was thinking, why don't we start up a board that approves all work and, literature that actually gets put through? So, any books that will be on the reading list or available in the library has to be approved by
a committee.
Yeah, and the first thing was like, okay, well, is it a variety board? And it was like, no, it was all these people with the exact same political beliefs, and they said, well, we wouldn't want anyone to be upset if they're like a liberal or something. And it was just like, so you basically only want to have books that promote your political views. And they're like,
no.
And they openly said like, oh, it's the safe political view though, and it's just like, so you're basically saying you don't want any opinions separate to yours.
On that same topic, I don't know if you see it, FUBAR, but the way I see liberals and SJWs, the way that they act, especially on college campuses, they go around telling people that they're Nazis and they look at Trump supporters and you're Nazis. No. It's like, no, guys, you are the ones being the closest to fascists and Nazis than anyone else here. We're not telling people how to be. We're not telling people what to do. When they look at people that are in the center of the political scale or to the right, they look at everybody as like this right-wing, super religious group, when no, it's just like, we want to live our lives and we're fine with everybody else. We're fine if you're fucking gay. We don't care. We just don't want you guys throwing goddamn hissy fits if we don't agree with you.
Yeah.
They're the one being the fascists. They're going around screaming at people, shutting them up, telling them what they can and can't do. They're like, you guys are doing exactly what the brown shirts did.
No, first year of college, you'll love this. We had to do for one of my classes a group thing, and we decided to do a kind of like a Jeopardy game. So I say, okay, well, so what should we get for the prize for the winners? And one of the girls said, well, why don't we just give everybody prizes? And I just looked at her befuddled. I'm like, why would you do that? There's no incentive to be correct if you give everybody a prize.
The fucking nanny generation goes of like, oh, your kids will do better with positive reinforcement. Everyone gets a trophy and a medal. It's like, no, when I was younger, if you came in last place, you didn't get jack shit, and that made you think, I'm not happy because I don't have a trophy. I'm going to try better next time. If I got given a trophy for coming in last place, I'd be like, oh, this is cool, and then just gone home.
Question, Cerberus. Would books on the Crusades get banned because of the persecution of gays and people of other religions? Give it time, the liberals will probably fucking attack that shit too.
They'll probably give a warning.
It's a fad. It'll go away eventually.
Well, from what I was reading in studies done by multiple universities of non-biased fucking people either, unlike this fucking left-wing shit that people read, that the generation that's growing up right now in the ages of like 5, 10, that are just now becoming teens, they're going to be the most conservative and, in the middle of the spectrum and slightly to the right. They're going to be the largest group of that political group in the United States history since even before World War II.
By the way. But no, it's true, because you're seeing all these people and how they're behaving. You're like, the fuck is wrong with them? And they're going to be the counterculture of how they are.
Turns out my university, Lincoln one, they got in the news and it's like, apparently it's the one, like the university, the biggest university in the UK. How do I phrase it? It has the worst freedom of speech, out of all universities. Like when it comes to the student union, it's like all tons of was it the Conservative Society, the Labour Society got shut down because they questioned the student union, so they got banned on all social media.
What the
all of this. I remember I was part of the debate society because I always found it like interesting. You know, like when you learn enough about something, you can talk to someone about it. And I got my head ripped off because I said that safe spaces were a bad idea.
They are a bad idea.
Yep.
No, basically, my point was because they were saying like, oh, if you're feeling like angry or whatever, you can go and go to this place, you'll feel better. And I just said like, when it comes to certain things, like if it's extreme racism, someone getting beaten up, or really bad like homophobic, whatever. Sure, I understand the idea that they want to go somewhere where they can feel safer, but I just put forward the idea of like safe spaces. Technically, wouldn't they do the opposite? Because it's basically telling people anything that's scary to you, come and hide from it, instead of saying the world's full of scary things, build a shield, kind of thing.
Or throw a
Cerberus.
punch or something. I mean, you know what? You throw a punch, they respect you.
Cerberus, what you're saying about that is that they're also a small group, but they also are the ones that can scream the loudest and they get the most media attention.
Yeah, it's the minority with the majority of the voice.
I mean, I was just watching something about because this is a real problem actually with YouTube because they like to silence everybody that they can.
Mm-hmm.
It's like third wave feminism. It's a really small percentage, but it's got like a majority of the voice, or majority of the face of feminism at the
Yeah.
which is a shame because I used to consider myself a feminist. I think it's more like second wave, probably. But it's like I believe in gender equality, but I don't like calling myself a feminist because what feminism is now. It's
Yeah.
like a case of I don't want to be tied into that.
Feminists is that, like what they're fighting for, it's done, it's over, it's been fixed. You guys think there's a wage gap? There is no
isn't.
fucking wage gap.
There isn't. There really isn't. And there's
It's like you go to a feminist and go, all right, tell me what rights as a human you don't have that men have. There are none. What you're fighting for is pretty much you want to have the right to have your vagina scrambled egged as often as you want.
and basically have a baby and still get paid and not work.
Yeah, that's all you want.
The one thing I don't get, for me, it's always especially in the UK, because they're like, oh, we want to raise questioning for rape. And I said, okay, well, are you talking about the men section? And they're like, what do you mean? And I said, well, figures came out last year, and people always say like, oh, women get raped a hell of a lot more than men. And I was like, well, if you include prisons, men get raped more. But the figures that came out for the UK last year, I think it was like 42% to 58%. So it was like, it's actually a hell of a lot closer than you think. And in the UK, there are rape centres for women where they can go and stay for as long as they need to escape it. Men have zero help at all in London. They don't even have like centres for them. And I'm just like, there's a reason men have high suicide rates, because they can get raped and no one gives a shit.
Everything go upside down.
And then when I asked them like, well, what are you going to talk about this topic? They were like, no. And I'm like, and then I was just like, and then you're making it even worse because you're drinking out of like male tear mugs and stuff like that. And it's like, how's that going to make them feel? It's like, oh, I feel really bad because this is happening and I don't have help. Oh, here's a feminist that will help. Oh, she's drinking a man tear mug. Oh, cool.
Wow.
It's just, I don't get what the fuck happened to feminism.
Can't everybody just calm the fuck down?
No, because it's not.
You can also blame the media to a degree for it because they took something small and put it under a magnifying glass.
Media, social media, can't we all just drink our beer in peace, or water, or schnapps, or what have you, and just play some damn video games?
Oh, no, because that promotes like objectifying women in that.
Video games are sexist, FUBAR. What are you talking about?
I don't see how Tetris is sexist.
Have you seen the video reply of someone saying
Because there's
like,
not enough female colors in it.
have you seen like someone posted the video saying like, oh, look at all these women like, and they're so objectified, and then like someone just made like a series of, I think it was like
Men are
50
objectified too. Have you seen Gears of War?
Yeah.
Or fucking God of War?
No, every
my God.
every like main superhero or not superhero, but
Dead or Alive.
or main characters in video games, it's like they've all got six packs. They've all like got tight asses that zoom in when you crouch and that. And it's like, look, and you're saying that males aren't
butter.
objectified?
Well, what the fuck? Everybody's objectified. Of
course they are.
It's insanity.
I just find it
I
fun.
just want to kill fucking zombies. Is that so wrong?
As long as it's not a woman zombie or a black one, because then it's a hate crime.
What if I kill all the zombies? Then it's not a hate crime. It's just genocide.
You know what? I think we should start a campaign for fat acceptance in Dead Rising, because there's a lot of fat zombies in that game, and I think people are offended.
Hold on. If you're talking about off the record, Frank has a fat card, so it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being fat. It's just, maybe try to eat better.
Yeah, kind of.
It's insanity. Welcome back, Ethan.
One thing I found really interesting. It was like a woman was debating saying like, oh, we need like tampons and that for people over in Syria and that, and this guy was arguing, no, we don't, and she went on a massive outcry about it. But the guy was right. There have been surveys taken, and it turns out the one thing they need over there is underwear, not tampons, because it's like if they need underwear so they don't get raped and stuff. And like she was just like, oh.
Better
Okay,
get
and then
their
she
shit
didn't.
together. I mean, Jesus Christ,
She didn't.
guys.
She didn't say anything for the rest of the debate. It was great. She had like a whole debate on why yes they need tampons and nothing else, and it was proven like actually they've been asking for underwear and to stop sending tampons, and this is from them, not us.
Oh, poor Ethan. Poor Ethan. Sorry, we got really political somehow, and yeah, that's what we're talking about.
We're talking about video games and tampons. They're replacing the health kits with tampons. You know, like if you get
Oh
a
my
nosebleed, you
God.
just shove one up there.
Oh God, that would be awful.
You know what's funny, Lucky, is there's actually a medical for the military that's a syringe thing that they invented for bullet holes that it looks like a syringe with tampons inside. You shove it in the bullet hole, push the syringe, and it pushes like miniature tampons into the wound so it stops the bleeding.
Yeah, I'm not kink shaming them. It's fine. They can do that if they want.
Well, no, I'm not even joking. Some soldiers actually carry tampons around for that purpose because they're the
Makes
perfect size
sense.
for a bullet hole.
Makes
Why are
sense.
we
Shove it in.
I don't know. How did we get on this topic?
Well,
again?
we were talking about Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Ghostbusters
yeah,
and Beauty and the
Ghostbusters.
Beast and what the hell is going on.
Fucking
and
Marvel movie. Yes, no, I don't see why the point. They're making so many different movies for superheroes just so they can make one movie. Like fucking Justice League. They just announced we're making a Justice League movie, and it's like we haven't got any of the movies from the Justice League
but you
people
see-
yet, apart
so
from
the-
Superman.
The people in charge of like Batman and Superman, they're trying to keep up with Marvel because they see how much Marvel's making and how good they are.
It's like the
Like the
Trump
Batman
care of
there's-
superhero
not
movies.
good.
So here's the thing about that, and there is actually a good reason, and it makes sense. I mean, what they're trying to do is they want to make the Avengers, yes. But
They're not gonna.
if they make the Avengers, then they have to tell you about Iron Man, and they have to tell you about Thor, and they have to tell you about Captain America within a 2 to 3 hour span. That's just not physically possible. So what they did was they broke it up, and now you have their separate arcs, and then you can join them together. To me, that makes a lot more sense. And you can do a lot more, and you can do outside stuff, and you can say, for example, what you had with Captain America, not the Winter Soldier, the Civil War, which really ended up kind of being an Avengers movie, which is kind of weird. But you can have stuff like, you can have Captain America versus Iron Man, and then have that be a movie, and then you can have Thor movie, and then maybe the Hulk shows up. And that way, by doing the movies separately like that, it allows you a bit more flexibility with what you can do with the characters than have them all be in the same movie all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but quite a lot of these introduction movies feel rushed as fuck.
Lately they do.
It's the sense of like, if you want to do an introduction film, fucking go for it. Do it like Deadpool. That was an introduction movie.
Yeah,
like when I saw it, I was
Deadpool
just like,
was a good movie though. There's a difference.
no, that's what I'm saying. It was a case of they worked ages on Deadpool. They decided they gave the entire backstory, worked a story into it, and it was brilliant.
Yes.
But then it's like there are some superhero movies where it's a case of like, what's a good example? Thor, I'd probably say out of the Avengers. It was a case of like you were like, okay, we're going to do the Avengers. We've done Iron Man. It was awesome. Captain America. Who have we got left? Oh, I've got to do Thor. Okay, well, we'll do that. And it looks like they haven't put much effort into it.
I'd agree with that. That Thor of those Phase 1 movies, I would say Thor was the weakest.
And the second one was shit as well. But it's like, and on top of that, when they're doing like the fucking Justice League, I get the feeling it's just like, okay, well, they've done Batman versus Superman.
Hold on, because you're talking about two different things here. Because the only superhero movie for the DC side of things that actually was good in the last 10 years were the Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
I wasn't a fan of
I'm not saying the third one. I'm just saying that those movies were better. The best of the DC movies.
The first one kind
you
of
had Superman Returns. That
I much preferred
tanked.
the original Batman, the one with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, 1989 Batman. That was good.
Yeah.
But consistently over the last, I'd say probably 20 years, Batman has been much better than any of them.
I much preferred the thing is, I didn't like Batman vs Superman because they were trying to put too many villains in it. If they just made it Lex
Yes.
Luthor, just Lex Luthor, it
Or-
would have been.
Or they focused a little bit more with Batman, because Ben Affleck actually was. I feel he was an okay Batman. I think he has the ability to do Batman.
much prefer, because in my sense it was like what's the guy's name? Christian Bale. I feel like he makes an alright Bruce Wayne, but he makes a bad Batman. But
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, I think, makes a good Batman and an alright Bruce Wayne.
But I have to say that Michael Keaton was the best Batman Bruce Wayne.
Which one?
He was Batman 1989.
Oh, the Jack Nicholson one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. As long as it's not George Clooney Batman with the bat card and bat nipples, it's all good.
George, if I remember right, he actually gave people their money back for that movie. Like out of pocket. Like you walk up to him and you said, I saw Batman and Robin. Or was that Batman and Robin? Yeah, it was Batman and Robin. I saw Batman and Robin. He's like, all right, here's your $750.
Have you seen, what's the guy's name? The movie, I think it's called Lion. Not Lion. It's something to do with an Indian guy becoming a mathematician or something. And it's got the guy who played Prince somebody in Avatar, the Firebender. Begins with Z.
But anyways, back to the Marvel and whatnot.
Sorry,
I
he plays him,
understand.
and he went to a signing to like promote the new movie, and someone asked him to sign a copy of Avatar, and he just openly was just like, "I'm really sorry for this movie. It wasn't good." Was it?
Yeah, Batman versus Superman was not good.
See, no,
There were a few parts that were
the
okay.
fight-
They were all the
the
Batman
end fight
parts.
sequence was awesome.
The Batman parts were pretty okay, but
Apart from the guns, I didn't like the fact he was shooting guns.
yeah, that was a little weird.
Well, it goes against Batman altogether.
Yeah,
He doesn't kill.
it was a bit weird.
No. See, Lucky, I have to disagree with you that if you actually followed if you were an actual comic book fan like I was, he does at one point kill people, and then he comes back and realizes he's gone off his track and
Killing is
he goes back.
But Ben Affleck didn't. He was just like, okay, next.
No. This is the part where Batman vs Superman is when Batman comes back and he's realized
Zuko,
he shouldn't kill people anymore. He needs to go back to what he originally did and actually fight crime the right way and bring them to justice.
I'd like to see where they go with Batman from that, and I do agree that I don't
Apparently,
know
Joker and
much
Harley Quinn
about
are
what's
getting
Huh?
a big part in the next movie. Apparently, the Suicide Squad Harley and that are getting a bigger part.
great.
I liked
Joker.
Leto's. I liked Leto's Joker.
No, I fucking hate it. Oh my god.
Well, hold on, Dave. From what I understand about that movie, they cut out a lot of him.
About
Good.
40 minutes worth of footage.
So yeah, which can be a lot. I mean, from what you
Oh,
saw,
it
they
can
may have.
change everything.
Yeah, I mean, let me put it this way: what if you only saw 20 minutes of Heath Ledger? From
I still like it.
would it still be as good if they cut the bank scene? If they cut the "Do you want to see a magic trick?" If they cut "Do you want to see these stars?" I don't think it would be as good.
Memorable scenes.
So I think that
Yeah, no. It's the thing is, for me, it was the one thing that sold me on
No,
the
see,
the
actually,
potential-
Cerberus, I have to disagree with you. You guys are talking to a hardcore fucking Batman comic book fan. There are 3 stages of Batman's comics that also tie into the politics of the U.S. during that time. And Heath Ledger's Joker was I forgot what period it was. There's like the gold and silver and bronze age of Joker Batman comics, and at that one is where Joker turns into an actual like psychotic, he gets into your head type of Joker. Because the first age is Joker where he's pulling pranks on you. You got the flower with the water, and I think the second age is where he finally kills people, which was kind of what you saw with the 1989 Batman, because he finally does kill people.
because the
this
1989
Joker-
Batman was kind of a mix between him killing people and the 1960s series.
Yes. And now this version of Joker was also in the comics when he actually plays the mind games with Batman. And he really goes fucking after him, not just to hurt Batman, but to mentally fuck him. And that's what Heath Ledger's Joker is. He's supposed to be playing you mentally and have a long con. He's like 5 steps ahead of you.
Well, here's a good question: is he talking about the Heath Ledger Joker, or is he talking about the Jared Leto Joker? Which Joker is he talking about? Because he didn't actually specify. He said he was a good actor, but that Joker wasn't Joker.
Oh no, I think he's talking about the Leto.
I thought he was talking about Leto, not.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I think. But the one thing that sold me on Leto is like, there's always like when it's a new actor, there's always like one scene or one sequence in it that really sells you on like the potential. For me, it was like in the Suicide Squad, it was like, okay, the driving scene at the beginning, no, the club scene, I was like, okay, that just seems a bit overplayed. But it's the scene where he gets the prison guard in, like the back of the shop, and like he asks him to kiss the ring, and it's the whole like, oh, I can tell you meant that kind of line. It's that one scene where I was just like, that's a good Joker. If he managed to do that kind of acting through the entire thing, I would have loved it. But it was just that one sequence that sold it for me.
If 80% of your character ends up on the floor, you don't get that character anymore. You lose almost all of the context and everything. But who knows? Maybe it was good. Maybe it was bad. I don't know.
It wasn't a good movie. It was.
My biggest pet peeve with the Leto Joker is the costume style of it. I fucking hate it.
I'll agree with you on that, Dave.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you on that.
It's like a gangbanger. It's stupid.
That was a poor choice.
They tried to make him look realistic. I guess like
realistic.
A gang.
What part of it? He's not in MS-13.
None of that is
what I mean is like like gang member style Joker.
I don't understand why they did that for him as Joker. It makes no sense to me.
I don't know why they made fucking Harley Quinn wear those shorts and stuff like that.
But I gotta say that was kind of nice from some cuts.
She hated it.
I think
she said she hated and argued that
99% of men enjoyed it. Gave me a reason to like that movie.
I do think that I don't know why they would want to focus on. Well, I know why they want to focus on it, because they want to make fucking money. But artistically speaking, I think it would be better for them to actually focus on the actual Suicide Squad instead of just Harley.
They killed off two of the characters. One of them you never even got to hear.
That was fucking hilarious.
It's like
I was like, what a useless character anyway. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it would have been.
Oh, he makes nuts and has a gun that shoots up into the air so he can latch onto shit. Ooh,
yeah,
the cool.
rope never breaks.
Wow.
We'll see what you could do with it.
Does he make nooses?
We could do, but then it's like once they're dead, you don't really need it to never break, do you?
He can't really use it anyway. He lost his head.
Wow.
Yeah, he exploded.
So
and Diablo died, and I was like, oh, but I actually liked him. I'm a fan of Pyro, like superpowers.
Ginger, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we've got a fire and no soul.
Deep down, everybody's a pyromaniac.
There's a quote.
well, then now you know why everything's on fire when we play video games. FUBAR, why is that burning? Well, deep down, everybody's a pyromaniac.
If I suddenly hear that you've been arrested, I now know what for.
Child molestation.
Wow, thanks, Dave.
Have you seen that?
I like Lucky's reaction. It was a little.
Have you seen? I don't know what it's from, but it's like a clip from it, and it's got like a sign that says like rapist, and it's like, do you know what's worse than this? And they remove a piece of paper, and it like shows child above it, says child rapist, and he goes, what's worse than this? Rips off, and he goes, oh, a child.
Oh fuck.
Well,
all right.
So,
anyways,
I'm hungry as fuck.
All right, well, that's this day's podcast. Got a little off topic.
This is going to be a clusterfuck if anyone watches this.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday. Until then.
Read the
wrap.